Welcome back to the federal candidates debate on Around the Region. We're in the middle of question period and it is NDP Glenn Tate's turn to speak. Let's roll the next question.
Hi, my name is Michael Diachik. I'm director with Lloydminster Public School Division here in Lloydminster. One of the problems that parents have brought to me more and more in the past couple of years is the whole issue and concern around student care, after school care, before school care, Monday to Friday, and sometimes even beyond 7 days a week for many parents who work within our community. This challenge continues to grow within our city, and even though we may have become creative in terms of providing some supports after school, and we have many families who drop their students off early at our school, we continue to see this as a growing challenge. We're one of the fastest growing cities in Canada, one of the most appealing cities in Canada, and yet childcare is beginning to serve as a barrier for parents who, in many instances, both the mother and father have to work, and yet are finding difficulty in finding childcare for their children. If elected, what will your government do to address this issue for us here in Lloydminster, as well as the rest of Canada?
And NDP candidate Glenn Tate, take the floor.
Thanks. That was an excellent question. If you remember, the Conservative strategy on this particular topic last time around was to try to tickle people into creating child care spaces by giving them a tax incentive. And that worked to the sum total of 0 child care spaces created. Our party has a plan to create 25,000 spaces per year. And the best way to do something is to actually go out and do it, not try and tickle somebody else into doing it. We will also improve the infrastructure to support those child care spaces. What we want to do is have an integrated community center for early childhood care and education, a one-stop shopping center for parents where they have the spaces for their children, where we can track them, where we can take care of our own children and raise them as parents want to and provide the services that they need.
Excellent, thank you for your answer. Green candidate Norbert Kashmir, go ahead.
Well, our children are our future. Without them, who's going to look after me when I get older? So we take it seriously. We would lower taxation, which means a mom and a dad would be at $20,000 each, which would be income splitting of $40,000, no tax. That simplifies things and it keeps the moms and dads at home where they can raise their children, also put more money towards children so that their child care, the children will get paid extra, or for the children, for the parents to help, as well as the fact that if we don't pay our people a minimum wage, which we also want to adopt, that keeps you working harder and longer hours. So shorten the work hours and pay more and lower taxes. Thank you for the question.
There is a 30-second open floor starting now for rebuttals.
I just wanted to point out again that the best way to do something is to actually go out and do it. The Conservative plan, it's not working. You can't encourage somebody to do it by tax incentives. There are much better places fiscally for them to put their money as opposed to childcare, taking care of our children. And we've got to just do it. Build the spaces and take care of our kids.
Yeah, we have billions of dollars for the richest corporations on earth, and yet we can't put money towards our children and our future. So it's so sad. So yeah, we do have to lower taxes and cut the subsidies to the corporations and tax the money that's leaving this country that isn't taxed. And then there will be lots of money for our families and for our future. Thank you for the question.
Our next question is from the arts community. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Gwen Mottram. I'm with the Victuba Community Theatre. I feel that arts funding is essential to present artists from across Canada in our communities. And my question is, what is your vision in relation to arts and culture for Canadians?
And it's the Green Party candidate Norbert Kashmir's turn to speak first. Go ahead.
Well, we're all about clean air, safe drinking water, and healthy food. And also, you're going to be a lot healthier if there's money for sports and entertainment, such as your arts, your culture. I mean, this is what it brings tourism in. So I think that's been overlooked. We definitely need to put more funding towards our arts and our entertainment, and keep our people, you know, happy, and happy people are healthy people. It's gonna help lower our health care costs. Thank you for the question.
Excellent. And Mr. Tate, take the floor.
Well, we all know that the arts community, the arts culture is a very valuable part of our society. Valuable and also in need of protection, considering we're next to the largest cultural influence on the planet right now. And if I could, I want to read a few of the bullets out of our platform plank. We do want to maintain effective regulations on foreign ownership of our Canadian TV and telecom networks. We also want to increase the public funding for the Canada Council, introduce tax incentives to ensure the restoration and preservation of historic buildings, and strengthen public broadcasting with long-term stable funding to the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. The funding, I think, right now is at $34 per Canadian, and the Standing Committee has asked that that be increased to $40 per person, and we stand right behind that.
Excellent. So 30 seconds open floor for rebuttals. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Well, I think our history is important, so museums are important, art, cultures. This is what brings people to this country to see part of our history. So it's been neglected, and I mean, we have lots of money for fake lakes at G20, or billions of dollars for the security there, but we're going to fix that. We won't need security where G20 is going to be held. Put it in Fukushima or Chernobyl. I don't think there'll be protesters there. Thank you.
Anything you'd like to add?
I think we want to drive our own destiny economically and also culturally. We must be in the driver's seat of our own museum culture, our own arts culture, where we're heading as a nation.
Excellent. Now I want to open this up for a free-for-all. Now we are finished with the taped questions. And let's just speak freely about a topic that is very important to Canadians. Let's talk a little bit about healthcare. So I guess, what will your party do for healthcare in this region? It's you know, a very big problem for a lot of people around this region.
Mr. Tate, would you? Or?
Well, our party has about the same starting point as the other two major parties. We were talking about that 6% increase into public healthcare funding. We diverge after a little while. We also commit to renewing the 10-year agreement starting in 2014. I think that's the scheduled start of it. What we want to do as New Democrats is to save money and increase coverage through the pharmacare plan. We're using generic, made-in-Canada drugs, which will lift billions out of what we're spending in healthcare and make that available to be spent in other areas.
So I guess, Mr. Kashmir, you know, Glenn Tate here is talking about taking billions out of one sector and putting it into healthcare. I guess, what is your party doing?
Well, we want to get to the root of the problem so that you won't, not finding cures for cancer simply isn't good enough. We have to find out what's causing cancer, and we have to prevent it from happening. And therefore, there's where we are what we eat. And what Canadians don't realize is he who controls the seed controls the food, controls the people. The same people making us sick are making money, billions of dollars, treating us with all sorts of chemicals that are simply, that's not the answer. We've got to go back to a transitional form of a chemical, less chemicals in farming, and follow Cuba's role model. And instead of just spending billions on healthcare, let's prevent Canadians from getting sick by less toxic chemicals out there. There's over 200 known cases of cancer from nuclear power, and yet they still say it's safe. So thank you for the question.
Thanks so much for your answers today, guys. Hopefully these answers have you know, made informed voters that are going to be going to the polls. We're going to take a quick break. Closing statements when we come back.